Hello useless people. Most of you guys probably still remember the best game of the decade. The Witcher 3, which contains an Easter egg that gets triggered when you somehow decide to commit a homicide and slaughter all cows in this village. A big daddy cow will appear with a lot of tankiness and the capability to one-shot you. Lately, this cow also has been spotted in League of Legends as a counter-pick against pussies that decide to play range top laners thinking that they could poke their enemy from a safe distance. But little did they know that they would have to play against an AP Alistar with an unmissable gap closer followed by a knockup. Late game you will have some health to compensate the missing mobility, and as an Alistar, once you are in a team fight there is no way out until someone dies. Rather it's you or the enemy. Here are the runes and items, and now I will show you how to deal with those annoying ranged champs on the top lane. At the start you want to buy those corrupting potions since you need some sustain against the annoying poke. Make sure to drop farm and just avoid getting hit by the enemy auto attacks since you have to wait until level 3 to become a decent champion. From now on you can feel free to go in for trades. Hit UW Q combo. Make sure to press Q fast enough or you will end up with an enemy flying back to his spawn. Next step you want your electrocute to proc and hit you empowered E. After this combo you want to retreat, not like this moron in the video who is still thinking that he is playing lethality blitzcrank top waiting for his mana barrier to appear. But the surprise visit from Ronald McDonald granted me an assist. So in a perfect scenario it goes like this. You just punch the shit out of them. And then you just fuck off, and if the enemies stay for whatever reason you can just finish them without any time for the Elise to react. But here is something similar to blitzcrank top. A P Alistar also has a poor wave clear which gives you the possibility to freeze it in front of your tower. And maybe if you are lucky the jungler comes for a visit, and since you have a good gank setup you can support him just like me in this footage starring the enemy down until he dies. Alistar reaches his next power spike when he unlocks his ult button reducing incoming physical and magical damage, so when this Teemo thinks he can run you down like that, just pull out your combo and press the R button. And now his auto attacks don't deal any damage. Again, the Teemo poisoned me with one of his arrows forgetting that my Statue of Liberty doesn't like it when someone attack American citizens. Luckily the Nocturne turned the lights out, so the Teemo lost his sense of direction finding himself set on fire 5 seconds later. And the most brain-dead thing is to attack an Alistar while you are in turret range giving him the opportunity to knock up and ensure that 2 tower shots will hit the enemy. After that you just let Ignite do his work. Before you get your first item it is really hard to actually kill people, but it looks like today is my lucky day since the enemy decide to hang around on the lane giving me another chance to collect some footage for my YouTube channel. I once again unleashed my combo, but Brand's heal once again saved his ass from my ignite which made me come up with a question, why the fuck can someone made out of fire burn? Same situation different ending since even the Brand started to feel bad about surviving, so many times with 10 HP he straight up walked towards me and gifted me some gold. So in return I give him some screen time on my YouTube video. And here is another pro tip. Don't blind pick this champ. If you get a tank or a bruiser aka a normal top laner, you won't be able to get a single minion and end up losing most of the trades. After this terrible performance I decided to go mid in the hope that I will be matched up against a mage, and so it was. But since Alistar still sucked during the early game I decided to go for roams which came in handy since it seems like this Teemo still hasn't unlocked his mini-map, so I sent him eastwards to introduce him to my tower. This time I went towards the south, and the Master Yi was trying to do Master Yi things. Unluckily he forgot to take a look at the timer which wasn't past the 30-minute mark, so his attempt to kill us all failed miserably. But at the end we couldn't win the game since my teammates were feeding so hard that not even Noah's Ark could carry those animals. Anyway. At the end of the laning phase you should have the item Night Harvester granting you this useful stuff, so nothing stands between you and the fun of one-shotting a DCS. Not even a blue cane can bother you since you are too tanky for him, and your damage is surprisingly high. But it seems like a new trend is evolving, coming back for a fight even though I have no chance of winning it. After all Alistar still has a good engage and can set up good team fight ults, especially when you have that thing on your team. And with a good hiding spot you can surprise champions privileged by Riot Game getting a new skin every month, so I ignited Lux to give her a new skin color. After you build your mythic item you want to make sure to go full damage, since more damage equals more fun. Or for pussies like me or this game. Get out of the wall you moron. Can go Zhonya's for a bit more safety but no one needs that in a normal game when you kill them fast enough. In teamfights you obviously have to focus the AD carries, so I just let them pass by, and unlike a real assassin you won't scare them off because who cares about a cow, so I chased the Lucia to send him to the place where his girlfriend is hanging out, which was definitely worth sacrificing my whole team for it. Also, the so-called fuck off spell is very useful late game when you want to defend your carries from a guy screaming Demacia! That gets attacked by 3 different dudes and still manage to make a 1-for-1 trade. Better nerf Aurelian Soul. But it all doesn't matter when your whole team is ahead, since you are just walking around the map and collecting kills. After a while I went on visit to the zoo and punched the shit out of this hedgehog, but it came out it is forbidden and the zookeeper threw me out of the cage. When I see a team fight, you can be sure that I dive in without any hesitation, hitting as many players as possible, but then changing my target to the back line. The Morgana was thinking that she could escape. The Morgana was thinking that she could escape, and I'm not going to fall for her same stupid trick, so now it was time for her to die, and I sent her to Sky. Another team fight, and I tried to kill one of those champions, but they were ultra fast, so I decided to change my target to the under-leveled bot lane with some lack of mobility. Nocturne wanted to save himself by turning off the lights, which didn't help, but maybe he likes it to get beat in the darkness. At the end, I just wanted to thank you guys watching the whole video for the positive feedback. It really motivates me to read those comments, and I will try my best to answer them all. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, since it takes some time to make these videos and one click is enough to support my channel. On the left you can watch a video how to dominate the laning phase as a blitzcrank in a low elo match, and on the right you see a video where I tried to find out if River Shen still works in 2022.